Hey everybody, and welcome to my stream. I know that I don't really stream that often, but it's Friday night, early hours Saturday for me right now. Or it is Saturday for me right now. It's 1:15 in the morning, British time, and as the title suggests, we might have a special guest. My pops, the amazing, fantastic, outstanding, bonkers, lunatic dad might be joining us. I hope. I've deliberately named it the stream because I want to call him out and make him join me and basically get him on the panel with me. I have actually sent him the link in my private Hangouts messenger. So once he sees the link, and you'll have to understand also that he won't be able to see the chat. He's not being disrespectful or rude. He's actually at work right now and he's driving, so he won't be able to read the chat. So what I will have to do is, if he does join us, I'll have to relay any messages that you type to him. I'll have to tell him that people are actually talking to him. Hello, Clayton and Keith. How are you? Good to see you. And thank you, Clayton, for becoming a member to the channel. I do see the members badge next to your name. Thank you very much for becoming a member. Hi, Ryan. How are you? So, like I said, this is going to be a surprise stream. He doesn't know if he's going to be able to join or not, but I have sent him the link in Hangouts to our direct messenger that we talk to. So, yeah, hello, AJP Garden Machine. How are you? So, like I said, this is a stream to call out Lunatic Dad. Hopefully, he's going to come and join us because why not? Let's see if he responds to my invitation. And I hope everyone is well on this Friday night. And Ryan Ashline, do I remember you? Did you be under a different name before, Ryan? I don't know. If you were under a different name, then maybe, but I don't know. But I have, like I said, I have sent the link to Lunatic Dad. Hey, Howie! How you doing, my fellow Earthling? How you doing? It's good to see you, my brother. How you doing? So, yeah, this is a stream, like I said, to hang out with Lunatic Dad. Hopefully he's heard me calling him out, and I've sent him the link in Hangouts. So hopefully he'll hear this. I know he's at work, so we'll see if he surprises me or not and comes into the chat. Like I said, if he does join on the panel, he's not going to be able to see the chat, so I'll have to relay all the messages to him that you're typing to him or whatnot. So, yeah. How you doing, Food First Permaculture Howie? How you doing? I hope everything is well with you, and it's absolutely freezing cold here. I'm actually sitting in my sleeping bag. Hey, Paul. How you doing? Wrestle whatever. How you doing, Paul? It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. It's great to see you, and thank you for your comment on my last stream. I appreciate that. It was really nice of you to leave such a great comment for me, so I appreciate that, Paul. So, yeah. So, what is everybody up to on this Friday evening, early hours Saturday for the UK peeps like me and Paul? It's currently 1:20 in the morning. Ryan, my favourite YouTube video probably has to be a video of Lunatic Dad smashing up a PlayStation. And yeah, the video was funny as hell, like him smashing up the TV and losing his absolute shit. And it was just hilarious. And I know he does it for effect and whatnot, but yeah, I've sent Lunatic Dad the absolutely link in our Hangouts messenger, so hopefully he'll surprise me and go, give me a hell yeah. So yeah, let's type hell yeah in the chat, people, and get Lunatic Dad in here so then he can see that. I know, Keith, it's because I'm doing the stream to call out Lunatic Dad, because I know full well he's at work right now. I know full well that he lurks my streams. So I know that he's potentially going to be joining us. And thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. Hey, Lexi, how are you? So, yeah, let's put some hell yeahs in the chat, people. Sitting after dinner here and have to sleep. So much love and mad respect, Gemma. Mad respect, Howie. Take care. Have a good evening, my friend. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate you. I'm good, Gemma. I'm going to upload my channel. Nice, Clayton. I'm glad you're going to update your channel. Hey, Ben. How are you, Ben Ashworth? Good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? Thank you for coming in. Hey, Tasha. Many subjects answered. How are you, sweetie? It's so good to see you. I'm hoping that Lunatic Dad. Hey, Richard's Adventures. How you doing, my friend? Thanks for popping in. I hope all is well. Like I said, I'm hoping that Lunatic Dad shows his ass up in this chat. In my panel, I did send him the panel link in the Google Hangouts Messenger. So Lunatic Dad, if you are lurking, come on in. I did send you the link in Hangout, so check your Hangouts Messenger. I did send you the link. Oh, that's good, Lexi. Howdy, howdy, magnificent Germany with Darian. How you doing? And thank you, Vegan Realist, for sharing my stream. How are you, Jamie? It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I'm good. Many subjects answered. I know that a certain someone is lurking right now on my stream, and I know full well that he's gonna come in and hopefully surprise me and give me a hell yeah, because I know full well he loves when I do that, and I've been practicing my hell yeah for quite a while. So I'm hoping he'll come on in and surprise me. Like I said, he will not be able to read the chat because he's driving at work. So any message you leave for Lunatic Dad in my chat, I'll have to relay to him later on. Hey Wanda, how you doing? So yeah, hopefully, like I said, this is a stream to call out Lunatic Dad. So I'm hoping he'll show his ass up in here. I'm good, Jamie. How are you? It's good to see you, by the way. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Tasha, I hope you're feeling better. I know you've not been feeling very well yesterday, and I know I had a bit of a poorly stomach yesterday evening. My back was killing me, but woohoo! I am funky now because I've managed to take some medication to make myself feel better. So yeah, thank you, Tasha, for sharing the stream out. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. I may have to just unplug my phone because it keeps bibbing at me. It's driving me nuts. So I just had to unplug my charger because it's going at me. I'm sure it's probably annoying all of you. But thank you, Tasha, for sharing this out. I do appreciate you and Marty very, 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 very much. My family, how you doing? So yeah, hopefully Lunatic Dad is going to show his ass up pretty soon because I have named his stream after him. So hopefully he'll realise that I've put his name in the title. And yeah. So how is everybody today? How was their Friday, early hours Saturday? For the UK peeps, for me, Clayton, Tasha, and Paul. Hey, B-Wizzle, how are you doing? Good to see you, my brother. How you doing? I appreciate you coming in. Hopefully he's checked Hangouts. Let me just check. I'm going to see if he's... Yep, he's seen it. Okay. Yeah, so I've sent him the link, so he should be able to join us. Hopefully he knows that I've named the stream after him. Thank you, Wanda, for sharing me out. I appreciate that. And yeah, share this out, people. Let's get some more people in here. Give me a hell yeah, so we can get the old man in here and have some fun with him. It'll be good because I haven't streamed with Dad for quite a long time. I know he's been very busy, and I have talked to him in the previous few days potentially about doing this. So hopefully he'll come on in and surprise me. And I'm glad all is well, Tasha, with you and Marty. That's good to know. And Winter the Bun says hi. Oh, okay, Lexi. That's good. As you can see, I'm in my sleeping bag here on my couch. So hopefully Lunatic Dad will come on in and surprise me because I have named the stream after him. So I'm hopefully he'll realise that I've done it as a deliberate way of getting his attention. So yeah, share this out, guys. We've got 12 in the house right now. Whoop, 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 whoop. Give me a hell yeah, because we can do that. So I know he likes when I do that. So woohoo! Hopefully he'll come on in and join me. He has got the link, like I said. Hey, Jen's live. How you doing, my sweetheart? Good to see you. Oh my God! Look who it is. The man's actually joining us.
Darling, I've never used freaking Streamlabs in my life. It made me enter and do all this crazy shit and everything else. What did you bring me into? What type of thing?
It's a free broadcasting website.
I understand that, but is that like some type of like UK thing, like a Wally thing or something? I don't know.
No, it's both UK, US, and whatnot. Anyone can use it. You just have to set up a login email, and you can log in with your YouTube account, which is what I've done here. I'm on my YouTube account using it.
Well, now that I finally signed up for this damn Streamlabs, now look at that. This is the first time I'm actually on your live stream, isn't it? In all these years, my darling.
Yes, it is, Dad, and I'm absolutely delighted, which is why I just named the stream after you to call you out.
Oh man, you shit, you calling out Dad? What is wrong with you, girl? Are you out your damn mind calling out the beast? You know
I
that.
know, that's why I said I bet Dad's lurking right now because he probably knows that I've named the stream after him, which means he's more likely to turn up.
Well, hell yeah, give me a hell yeah. But
Oh yeah.
hey, darling, let the people know that Daddy O cannot see the chat. So
Yeah, I
if
did repeat that just now, Dad. But yeah, for the record, guys, Dad cannot see the chat at all. He's not being disrespectful, rude, or arrogant, or any of that stuff. He's actually working at work right now in his truck. So
I
anything that you have to say to Lunatic Dad, I will relay to him on the stream. Hey, John and Mr. Dutchy Dutch, how are you?
but
And
hey, darling, what happens if people have something like bad to say? Because you don't swear much. Dad's the one that's got the big mouth.
well, if I do swear, then that's me. Like people need to get used to it. That I do swear occasionally, and if I do get annoyed or something flies out my mouth, then it is what it is. I'm not going to hold back. This is my stream. I'm an over 18 channel, so
You sure you're over 18, darling? Are you
yep,
sure?
yep, yep.
Are you sure? How sure
I'm
are you?
100% sure.
Hi, guys. It's Dad. I'm on the first time with Gemma. Love you, Gemma. You know that
Yes,
you're.
I know, Dad. I know. I love you too. You know how much I love you too.
Did I not get done talking? See, here, you do it all the time. Even when we talk private, you interrupt me all the time. You just got to zip it and quit being a damn wally. Whatever the hell that. I do know what wally means. Gemma's been
Okay,
teaching me.
Lindsay.
Gemma's been teaching me UK talk and everything else, and I
Yes,
learned
I have.
wale. I learned graf, right? Graf, right? Right.
Yes. Hey,
But
Ox. How you doing?
yes, but just let everybody know. See, Dad's gonna take your on here is that I'm gonna be going into rails and stuff, and we'll be bullshitting, and then we'll get into some serious talks if you want. Whatever the people want to talk about. You want to talk about all
Yeah,
different what to talk about. You
whatever
want to talk
the
about
topic of discussion is. Yeah, yeah.
you want to talk about bipolar. You want to talk about maybe just acting stupid like Dad is 99.9% of the time.
Me
But
and you act stupid all the time, Dad. So they're not surprised probably that they're gonna hear me being
girl,
absolute stupid.
girl, as I told you before, and I said it privately, and I said it now. Dad, back a couple months ago, Dad had a bad break and everything else. And I just want to say thank you for allowing me, first off, up on your panel. I'm honored to be on your panel for the first time. And
Always,
second
Dad.
off, I'm not done yet. Let me get into my feelings here. See, there you go again, interrupting me. Da. Shut the hell up and know your damn role, Gemma. No, I'm just joking, girl.
I know.
You know I love you. You know I love you.
I
But
know.
but at the end of the day, you know that Dad himself went through a very bad time and everything else. You know that. And the
Yes,
stuff
I
up
do.
on B Live and everything else. And I just want to say I love you for staying by Dad's side. And I love you for being always there, even when I'm not there and everything else. I just want to thank you because, Dad himself, like I said, it was very bad when both of my brothers died and one of them got murdered and everything else. And a lot of people just, when I went cuckoo Cocoa Puffs up on D Live and I went off on a lot of people and everything else. But you're the only one that was like, you know what? That's not Dad. Something is not right with him. And
Yeah.
you are the real person that actually seen Dad actually have tears where I was completely, broken down and everything else. And I
Yeah.
appreciate that in you is because you didn't pass judgment saying, hey, he might have gotten pissed at certain people and everything else. But if they truly knew him over all these years, they had to know something wasn't right. His mind's not right. But, que sera, sera for fucking, oh, I can't swear. Yes, I can fucking swear. That's right.
Yes, you can swear, Dad.
Oh,
God
I'm
damn
sorry.
it.
Ah! Hey, don't use that word. I told you I don't like that word. No,
Sorry.
and I don't like the R word neither. You know what
I know
that
you
is.
don't. That's a word we're not going to even bring up. Nope, nope, and nope.
Hey, you want to see my trailer? Wait, maybe
Yeah.
I should. Wait a minute. That's the wrong way. Hey, let me put on my lights. I'm silly Cocoa Puffs today.
This is Dad at work, people. This is what he does. This is
I'm
Dad's
at work. Gemma's always with me at my work and everything else. That's the company I work for, by the way.
Yeah.
That is the trick. Let me see if I can get this shit in there really good. I don't know. Hey, this damn thing's following me too much. I don't know. Whatever. But I do thank each and every one of you guys coming out. And if you do want to become a member of Gemma, come on, it's $1.99. Jesus Christ. Hit that damn thing. Give her some love. First time Lunatic Dad is on her panel. Now, mind you, me and Gemma go back a long ways. She'll give you the story. She will give you the story if you want to hear it. Before she ever knew Dad and everything else. She was actually following me on my channel years and years ago. And then for some reason we clicked, and sometimes Dad disappears for a little bit. That's because I have to get my head right and everything else. And when I get overwhelmed and too much activity and everything else and too much shit around me, then Dad, sometimes I got to pull back and everything else. There's nothing against anybody or trying to be like, well, you're not there. No, it's not that I'm not there. You got to understand that, 70 hours a week and everything else. I got a lot of shit going on. Plus, shit, being 62 years old. Well, I'll be 62. I'm not there yet, motherfuckers. Not until August. But, yeah. So, being that old, imagine being my age and being as active and out. Oh, damn, Gemma, I got to hurry up. Let me hook this trailer up because I'm freezing my little nads off. Woo! Nads means balls, Gemma, in America.
Yes,
nads
I know.
Balls.
Thank you very much to Lindsay and John Paranormal for the super chat donation. And she says, love to Gemma and Dad.
Ah, that's beautiful. Right now, I got you in my ass, Gemma. I actually have you put away in my ass. That's why you just see nothing but dark.
Yeah.
That's good shit, lollipop. Oh, yeah. Hey, I just want people to understand, if you want to talk, but we can talk whatever the hell you want. If they got a question for me or whatever, I'll answer it. Long as they don't ask me, is my shoe size the same as below the waist size? I can't answer that. Just saying.
Yeah. Hey, everybody who's just come in. We've got some new people. Haldens James, Kim Fife, Artie Frank, Dave Larson, Jim's Landscape, LLC, Kitty Cats, 28 Slayers just come in. Hey, guys. As you can tell, I have my amazing pops. My dad, Lunatic Dad, Larry, Truck Driver, Family Man, Lunatic Dad channel.
How many damn times are you going to say and describe me in different manners? What the hell am I? 4 people in one? I'm not Jesus Christ, 3 people in one. I'm just Dad.
I know. I just like people to know who you are. That's all. I like people to Hardens. Yeah, the word nads means the same thing in the UK as it does in the US. Yes, it does. Yeah.
Nads are nads. I don't know about that. The only thing I know is that I am freezing my damn nads off. I got to get in the truck. This is too damn cold for my ass.
Artie Morgan Frank says, Dad is 5 people in one.
Yeah, well, he might have some damn truth to that. There is a possibility. I mean, he ain't lying. It all depends which one of me come out.
Dad does have multiple like characters, multiple personalities sometimes, and you never know which one's actually going to come out. Sometimes I'll phone him and he'll be like, and I'll be like, what the hell? And I'm like, oh, okay. That's just one Dad's personalities. I'm good.
Damn it, girl. It is. I'm not kidding you. I swear to God. See, us guys can relate to this. When it's ice cold out, every man will tell you, our nuts go half the size. It almost brings us back to like when we were a baby. We're like, damn, that's what they used to look like when I was born. Just saying. It's possible.
Yeah.
You don't have nuts. You're a woman. How the hell are you going to agree with me? You can't agree with Dad.
I don't know.
You're a damn woman.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know.
I know, Jim. I know. But I'll tell you what, though. One thing I can't tell you is this is our first time ever on your channel. I can't believe after all these years. I've never been on your channel.
6 years, Dad.
It's all your fault. You always say, I don't want you on my channel. You might give me a bad rating. I'm like, Gemma, I wouldn't do that.
I never said that. We haven't been able to figure it out. That's different.
Well, that's because I never figured out this damn Streamlabs, and now I finally did. So I'm like,
StreamYard. It's StreamYard, Dad.
Oh, okay, stream yard, stream lab, stream cat, stream dog, stream no, I better not say that. I got to be respectful to a woman on the panel, and especially my daughter. I definitely can't say that. Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Give me a hell yeah.
I'll give it to you, darling. No, in the chat they got to do it. Hell yeah. That's the way you do it, darling.
Frank Immobile says, "Dad's right. John and Ninty Paranormal here supporting a great streamer and hi to Lunatic Dad. And again, and they say we've missed you, Dad. We hope you're good. Hey, Lone Star. How you doing? Hey, TJ Smith.
Well, I am good now. I mean, what better way than for me to, like I said, I actually enjoy being on other people's panels, not my own live stream. Believe it or not. When I'm available, but and this is no discredit to nobody, and I've said it a million times. I will never forget. I will never forget when I had my mental break, all that shit on D Live and everything else. You were the only one that didn't judge me, and actually reached out to me immediately on the live stream saying, "Dad, please stop. I can see you." Guys, I had a complete. And it was very bad, very bad. But the only reason why is because I had so much different emotions. And sometimes I don't know how you people are in the chat or whatever in life. Sometimes when the emotions get so overwhelming and you don't know how to deal with it, Dad sometimes lashes out. And that's what Dad did and everything else. And I mean, I gotten so mad and, but Gemma, again, people always ask me, why are you so close to Gem? Why do you, they've asked me that many times. Yeah. Why do you always, I say, listen, from the get-go, it's been special. It's a special, I look at you as literally my daughter. Okay. Yes. And I will protect you. I will, if I see bullshit and I see it, I will call bullshit for what the fuck bullshit is. And everything else. But, and I've always taught you this, and I told you, a lot of times you just ignore the trolls. You ignore people that want to do harm to you because by giving them oxygen, they've already beaten you, Gemma. Remember, I've always told you that people will do that. Dad probably got the most damn trolls on the smaller YouTubers. I've got so many trolls. I had one comment on a freaking video that said, "I wish Dad gets COVID-19 and died." Now, when I was out all that time up on YouTube and on D Live and everything and dealing with all the emotions, then remember when I told you, sweetheart, and I'm going to let it out there, but I told you never to tell anybody, but I'm going to say it. Okay. Is that Dad was probably less than a couple inches away from death when I caught the COVID. They had to bring in the priest. They had to bring in everything, and they were going to put down the thing, that incubator, whatever the hell it is, in the mouth and the nose and everything else, is what my wife told me. Okay. And they were shooting me up with a bunch of medicine. And they were going to do it the following day to go ahead and put that in me. By the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, believe it or not, as I told you, I started getting better. So they decided not to do it. Now, mind you, I was gone off of D-Live for a long time. You'll see some videos that were uploaded during that time. But that is already pre-recorded stuff that Kyle had in the library and everything else that he just never uploaded. But then he uploaded and everything else. But the point I'm trying to say is I was literally almost a month and a half very ill. And again, but I didn't want to, like I said, you're the only one that really knew any of this. I'm letting it out there is because I just wanted people to know, besides the murder of my brother, and my other brother who died from COVID, then all the shit on D-Live and all the pressures and all, I mean, everything was just so chaotic. And then I got really ill. So, I mean, hey, I'm only fucking human, right, Jem? I always tell you that. I'm only human. I am not God.
Yes, you are, yep.
I am not perfect. I'm not someone that's good that people can look to and everything else, because hell, just look at my damn channel. I'm not the most, let's say, perfect human being. I lose my temper. And we've talked about this before about
Yep.
with bipolar and autism. Very similar. When I get
Yep.
a lot of chaos around me and everything else, it's hard for me to deal with that shit and everything else. Now, remember, I always told you there's different types of bipolar. You got bipolar depression, you got bipolar manic, you got bipolar violent and everything else. Now, Dad is
Yep.
more bipolar manic and everything. So I just want to let people know that, you know, it's okay to say I have a disability. It's okay to say I'm autistic and I'm proud of it. And Gemma, like I always told you, where's my video about you cooking? You didn't upload it yet. And
No, I'm not. But I will be uploading it later.
yeah,
Yes.
I'll kick you. Yeah, you got damn lazy. I can kick you in your damn Wally ass. But 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 you know, it's stuff like that that it's okay to go ahead and say I'm not perfect. I've got
No.
flaws. I've got things I got to work on and everything else. Dad fights it on a daily basis in life. I fight it on a daily basis. The things in which it goes through this messed up head of mine, you know. But the good side to everything is, long as you try, long as you give it everything you've got at whatever you do in life, you can never put yourself down because you gave it your best. It's when you don't give something your best and you half-ass shit, well, then when you half-ass shit, you're going to get a half-ass result.
Yes.
So yeah, that's how I stand on that. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yep.
This is the thing that like Dad says about our relationship. Like, me and Dad have known each other for 6 years, and the way that we met each other, like you said, behind the scenes for me, I was watching Lunatic Dad for over a year before I even got to know him, and it happened that I was on YouTube just as a kind of watcher at first, and I saw Lunatic Dad's name in the suggested on YouTube. So I was like, oh, who's Lunatic Dad? Who is this guy? So I checked him out, clicked on a few videos, and watched him back to back religiously, like every day. And then I met a guy called Green Bay Wacky. And Green Bay Wacky happened to have Lunatic Dad up on his panel and some other people. And he said, oh, Gemma, come up on panel, meet Lunatic Dad. Because I put in his chat that I'm a big fan of Lunatic Dad and I want to speak to him. And I didn't realize he was actually going to pull me up on the panel then and there, sent me a link into my Twitter messages. And I hopped onto the panel. And I admit, I was a proper fangirl for Lunatic Dad for a long time. I'm like, oh my god, like this guy's huge, and oh my god, like I'm a small channel. And I fangirl pretty hard, and Dad soon corrected me. He was like, Gemma, and I'm like, yes, Dad. And he's like, don't do that. I'm like, okay. And then when he told me that he considered me family because of what I stand for and who I am and what I'm trying to achieve here on the platform, I began to chill out with him. I started speaking to him one-on-one in private, and we just clicked very, very easily. We chatted about a lot of different things, not just mental health. We talked about bipolar, autism, private things, and we chat for hours on them. Me and Dad had a very easy connection here on YouTube.
And life in general. I mean, just life in general, nothing to do with social medias and everything else. You know,
okay, Lindsay, good night.
Me and you have good night. Me and you have really had this connection that, in order, I mean, it's special. Like I said, Dad himself, and I'm going to say it over and over again, the shit I've been through, you know, on D Live and you know, and everything on social medias and everything else. There's people that there's people that really hurt me pretty damn bad. But I don't hold grudges. I don't, you know, it is what it is, and you know, and I still wish them completely well. I mean, don't get me wrong. See, that's the difference. See, I wish people see it's okay. You could forgive somebody, and but just not hang out with them or be friends with them or whatever. But allow yourself. I always say, someone did you dirty up on these platforms, or maybe, you know, you are a part of also the reason why it happened. You know, whichever the reason is, but allow yourself to forgive them. But you don't have to go ahead and be buddy and everything else. So, but that's the problem with social media, because there's so many people fighting for space. So many people. Some people just do it for shits and giggles, darling. Everything else. Like Dad just, it's a documentation of my life, my channel. You know that, honey. I always tell you, I don't give a shit about if people subscribe to Dad. I don't give a shit if, I mean, that's
John.
for Kyle. Now Kyle's the one that, yeah, he's young. He's going to be 20 years old. So in his eyes, he, you know, he's YouTube and loves, he likes that people subscribe to the channel, and he gets all pumped up and all this other stuff. That's expected. The kid's only going to be turning 20 years old. Okay. But in Dad's case, it's a documentation of my life. So that when I do, just imagine, honey, and I know you cried on the phone to me when I told you what happened as far as with the corona that hit Dad and almost took my life.
Yes, I did.
Now imagine if it would have taken my life, but at least the videos are still out there for future people in my family that they can always go back and say, what was my grandpa like? What was my great grandpa like? Well, here you go. Go on YouTube. You want to see him? It may not all be pretty, but some of the shit might make you laugh. Some of it might make you laugh when you're having a bad day, though.
Yeah, definitely. There's some amazing videos like you've done on YouTube, and I know, like I said earlier at the beginning of the stream, I've watched a lot of your videos, like smashing up TVs, and just the way that you did it was so epic and funny. The way that you present yourself, and I'm like, that's what I fell in love with you about, because you're just down to earth. You're funny. You don't hold back, and you're very, very honest with things. And with me and you, like I said, it was an easy connection because we had things in common already beforehand. And the fact that I felt I already knew you from watching you over a year before I got to know you anyway. So for me, it's an easier connection because I already knew your background and who you were beforehand. So for me, it was easy to get to know you and know that you're going to help me. And the way you made me feel special, than every time I spoke to you before, it's like having just like I was really part of your family anyway. It was easy to chat to you. I didn't really have any issues with confidence or anything. So for me, it was an easy thing to do.
Yeah. Hey, does anybody in the chat have maybe any questions for both of us, or me, you, or something that maybe that they've been dying to wonder about Dad or whatever? Ask them. Just say, hey, you know, Dad, like I said, I mean, I've known so many people, like Captain Jerk, awesome dude, Justin.
Yeah, I think Justin is amazing. Yeah,
he's awesome people. I've met so many great people up on YouTube and everything else. I mean, I haven't talked with Justin, I'll be honest, and God knows I don't know when, but he is a very high quality, to me anyway, person.
Yes, he is.
Just because me and him did not, you know, we never gotten together and everything. And remember, Jem, the reason why that Dad does not do a lot of, you know, hangouts with people and everything else, I told you that otherwise I would have 100 million people, not literally in that sense, but you get what I'm saying, that there'll be so many people that want to talk. And, you know, Dad has been attacked by so many different people over the years, and especially recently. I'll be honest with you, honey, and this is no knock on anybody in the chat. I don't trust people. I
know you don't. I understand why.
Because I have been ripped. I have had people betray me. I mean, I'll say it. I mean, you know, everybody knows the way I felt about Brenda and everything else. And she never gave me the time of day, you know, what happened with me and Cab and everything else. And it was very bad. I like I said, I have a highest respect for Cab and everything else. The way everything happened and everything, it is what it is. And maybe someday down the line, right now, I'm not ready. I thought I was ready to go ahead, but I'm not ready to go ahead and be able to open myself up like that again. And because, like I said, I'm still going through, like I said, with the murder of my brother and everything else, and which will never be on YouTube. I mean, now people are hearing it for the first time, but I want people to understand that during that time, if you're lurking or whatever, you got to understand the hell, that the torture in my mind I was going through and everything else. And there were people that didn't give a shit, even though they've known me for a long time, to not say, this is not normal. This is not Dad. I've known Dad for so many years, and this is not like him to just snap on this and do these things. This is out of his norm. This is not what he's ever been about. I mean, hell, if anybody who truly knows me, like you said, Jeff and John Carry-On, right? From the UK. All right. Now, he knows me a long time, and he's always known me to be an upbeat, a positive, never would ever snap on people and everything else. And but again, if you known me a long time, you would know that's not Dad's personality. That's not who I am. That is not who I am.
No, you're the family man. You're the person who makes people laugh and makes people feel special and makes people feel like $1 million. And like Dad to me has been there. Like, guys, you don't realize this guy has been over backwards for me. Spent hours upon hours upon hours talking to me in private messages and phone calls. Like, he was there for me when I first moved into my first apartment, not the one I'm in now, but the one before I had when I first met Dad. I was having a panic attack and I had paramedics at my house. And Dad was one of the only people there to help me deal with it because I was so stressed out and to the point where
I want to see an inside of a trailer.
down.
I don't know if you're going to be able to see that.
Dad helped me through the most
Probably
roughest 6 hours that I'd ever had in my life. I was like, Dad, I can't breathe, I can't cope, I feel sick, I have a headache. And Dad was like, Gemma, calm down, take a breath. And he was on the phone call with me for 6 hours. And he was the only one that reached out to me in my darkest time where I felt absolutely alone, that no one gave a shit about me. He was the only one to pick up the phone and talk to me because it was difficult. Like Dad will admit, he was very, very calm with me and had to constantly be checking on me because I was like, Dad, I feel like I can't breathe. I feel like I'm suffocating. And it was horrendous. Like, it was the worst I've ever been health-wise for a long time. Like, Dad was the only one to be there at the end of the phone to guide me through it. If it wasn't for him, I probably would end up in hospital.
Well, but then again, Gemma, I've always told you, you're a lot stronger than you give yourself credit for. You got to allow yourself to say, hey, I'm autistic, but you know what? I don't give a fuck. Because
yes, I don't give a fuck.
I've got talent.
Hey,
I've got ability. I've got talent. I've got courage. I've got a lot of things in which some people wish they even had happen, Gemma. Now, again, as I said before, you know, I've known people up on YouTube for a long, 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 long time. And just because maybe I've not, you know, talked to them personally or whatever, you know, like Jeff and John, like you just said, he's an amazing freaking cook. I mean,
he is. He's in the chat. Yep.
He is an amazing cook. And I have seen, and Gemma, you know as well as I do, Dad sometimes will watch a video and I will not comment. There's times on, like I said, I've seen every last one of your videos. And a lot of times I won't comment. A lot of times. But I'll share it out on Twitter or I'll share it out on Facebook.
Yes,
my
you do.
personal Facebook and everything else. Because I look at it as, okay, fine. Just so someone sees, oh, Dad commented on my video. Hey, wouldn't you rather have me tweet it out or put it on Facebook or whatever than me commenting? Because a lot of times it's easier for me to just be in my truck, have a video on my phone when I'm driving, and I'll just go ahead and tweet it out or share it out. You know, that
yeah, Dad better. Sometimes, I mean, yes.
But
like Jeff and John just said to you, Dad, thanks for the kind words. He truly appreciates you. And he says, hi, my brother. Hope you're okay.
Hell yeah. I've known that. I've known that man for many years. I mean, probably since he's had his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I've known Jeff and John a long time too. They've been with me a long time, and they've been a really big support to my channel. And like I say, his food's amazing. He's very, very talented at what he cooks. Very, 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 very hungry. When I watch his channel, I'm like, oh.
No, he is an amazing cook. Amazing. I mean, me, I would burn water or make the egg so boiled. They'll be like, Dad, you got to crack the egg to make an omelet. You just can't put the egg in there with the shell. I'm like, shit. I'm not a damn cook. I'm sorry. That's Mama's deal. That ain't Papa's deal. No. I'm not a cook at all. Now me, now on a grill, I'll do me some lamb chops. I can cook with the best of them on a grill outside.
Yeah.
But without me not destroying the fucking grill. But anyway.
Yeah, it's like that to me is a very, very important person. Like, a lot of people don't realize how much respect I have for Dad, how much time I have for him, because Dad's been there for me. Like, he's seen me at my weakest. Like, he's been there for me when I've had the most complete meltdowns, and I mean, like, epic friggin' bad, to the point where I've cried on my live stream. I've had to shut it off because I've got overstimulated, and he's seen me when I've been bullied, harassed, and I'm like, Dad, fuck all this, I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore. And he's like, what did you just say? I'm like, uh-oh. And he's like, don't ever let me hear you say that again. And I'm like, oh, boy. And he's actually kicked my ass about that in private many times. I'm like, Dad, I want to quit my channel. He's like, what did you just say? I'm like, uh-oh. He's
no, like, because I don't even ever want to hear that thought process come into your fucking head. Only for the reason is I told you before, your channel Your channel is not about Gemma. It's not about you. Your channel,
No.
and I've tried to. I always pound that home to you. It's about other people. Maybe parents have children who have autism, or people going through autism. There may be a little 10-year-old out there who has autism and is confused and don't understand it, and then you may be her role model. You may be someone she looks up to and everything else. That is what your channel is about. I've told you that a million times.
Yes, you have. Yeah.
Your channel is everybody's channel, because at some point in time, someone's going to come in contact with a person with autism, or a person with bipolar, or ADHD, or any of them. Because as I said before, you get me because I am bipolar. There ain't no secret about that. I wear my bipolar with honor.
Yes,
I
you
wear
do.
it as a sign of courage, a sign of strength. Okay? And I don't look at it as a crutch. I look at it as, okay, you have these certain things going on, but are you going to go ahead and lay down and just let it beat your ass? Or are you
Hell
going to,
no.
hell fucking no. Or are
Hell
you going to
fucking
go,
no.
or are you going to go ahead and stand up to your disability and say, you know what? You ain't got me. You ain't in charge of me. I'm in charge of me.
Yes,
And that's
hell
you,
yeah.
Gemma.
I'm in charge of me,
That's you, Gemma.
absolutely.
Yes, that is you.
Yes, I'm very much in charge of myself, and I know what I'm doing, what I stand for. Like Dad, like you said, Dad has been there for me when I've really felt weak and useless, and he's been there for me. I've had the most horrendous times on YouTube, and if it wasn't for Dad, I probably wouldn't be as strong as I am now, because he's been there for me. He's instilled qualities into me that I didn't have before, like the self-belief and being confident and being able to do a stream, because I kept telling him previously, Dad, I don't like stream, I'm not good at it, I can't do it, and he was like, Gemma, don't let me hear you talk like that. And I'm like, Dad, I can't. He's like, Gemma, and I'm like, okay, stop saying it, Gemma, shut up. Like, do it, get it done. And I can prove to myself I can do it. It's just because I get nervous or anxious, and Dad's like, Gemma, what have I taught you? I'm like, don't give a crap what people think. Do it. You can do it for yourself. You know what you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, I do. And I do it because I know that Dad believes me. I know that he lurks a lot of the time. And I know that he'll make sure that I'm good. And without him, I probably wouldn't be as strong as I am, because he's instilled things in me that I didn't have due to my issues with trusting people. Like Dad said, trust is a big thing here on social media and on YouTube. Being a creator, you don't know who to trust all the time.
Here,
And
ask the chat this. Ask the
yeah,
chat this question and tell me what they say, because I'm sorry I can't see the chat, guys. I'm driving. I don't have the ability to see a chat. So everybody who is in there, thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming into my daughter's live stream. I deeply appreciate you and love you for that. But ask them in the chat.
yeah.
Everybody put a 1 in the chat if you've ever had someone stab you in the back on social media.
Yeah, everyone, you heard Dad put number 1 in the chat. If you've ever had anyone stab you in the back on social media, put a 1 in the chat. Dad can't see the chat because he's at work and he's in his truck. But put 1 in the chat if you've ever had people backstab you on social media. Do it now. I'm gonna do it myself right now so you can see what I mean. Put a 1 in the chat if you've been backstabbed. I'm gonna do it right now for myself so people know that I'm doing it.
Tell me how many people put a 1.
So far, there's me, Laura, Tasha. So there's 3 of us so far who've already put a 1 in the chat. This is the thing, people. Like, this is what me and Dad have talked about in private and on streams before. Like, Lexi Ann says 1, 2, 3, 4 of us so far who put a 1 in the chat. Trust is a big issue on social media. And Jeff and John says 1, but then now they said, drive safe, brother. Got to go to bed now, but I've hit that like button for you, Gemma, and a 1.
Much love, John. Thank you very much,
much
brother.
love, John. Sleep well, buddy. I'll see you later.
I got to catch up. I got to watch his latest video. So
and
before,
Minx Laura, my
after
friend
I
Minx Laura says, hi, say hi to Lunatic Dad for me, please. So Minx
hello,
Laura says
Laura.
hello to you.
Hello, Laura. How are you, my beautiful darling, today?
Laura is a fantastic channel. If you don't know Laura, Laura has a vlog channel. She's here in the UK. She's from a town called Southend, and she goes out to stores and
Send me your link.
charity
Send
shops.
me your
Yes,
link in the Hangout so that I can go ahead and give her some love from that.
yes, I will. Laura, do you want to drop your link in the chat? Laura, drop your link to your moderator. Many subjects answered. Tasha and Marty, also from the UK, are saying hello and love to Dad. So they're saying hello to you as well.
That is,
In the
like I
chat.
said, whoever Gemma, whoever you know, or whatever, you always talk to me pretty much every day, and
Yes.
just give me the links so that way when I click on them on my phone, I can go to their channels, check them out, and give them some love and everything else. Because people, at the end of the day, it's about helping each other out, not tearing each other down. Hell, in
Yeah.
my country, I got enough of that shit going on as it is. Everybody trying to tear each other down. But once in a while, wouldn't it be good to just do something nice for others and not think of yourself? That's what that is about.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm about. Is I don't give a shit. I told you already. In Dad's case, he doesn't give a shit about the subscribers. That's Kyle. Kyle's the one that says, let's get to the 20K. Let's, with the PS, like I'm giving away the PS station when we hit 20K. Now, of course, I'm buying that, even though Kyle's the one that, plus I'm giving for second and third. Well, I'm giving a second and a third place also. It's going to be 3 prizes. And
Yeah.
if you're like a female that's older and everything else, I'll find something that is for a lady or whatever. That is, because some people don't get into video games. They're like, well, what the hell do I want to enter that when Dad hits it or whatever. But so
Yeah.
that way, it's my way of saying after 5 years, going 6 or whatever the hell time I've been on social media, is that I'm just saying thank you. Just that's all I can say is thank you. You
Yeah.
know.
Exactly. Like we've got some amazing people here. Like Dee just said that my channel's of great benefit. And she says my daughter hasn't left the house since Christmas. Dee, I haven't left my apartment really, apart from seeing my mum and my dad. I haven't left my house technically in nearly 9 months. I haven't been outside because if I do go outside and I'm not doing the mandatory shopping or the mandatory 2-hour exercise we're allowed outside, I can get a £1,000 fine. So one, I don't really want to go outside, and two, I don't really want to risk £1,000 fine. So yeah, no.
And don't forget, a lot of people, imagine when you're talking about mental health, some people have acquired mental health issues through the isolation and have not been able to go out, that they may never have been depressed. They may never had bipolar or whatever, or ADHD. They may never have had that before this pandemic, but now staying in the home and being away from society and being away from things that they're used to doing, sometimes the pandemic has caused not just people sick far as physically, it has caused people mental anguish. And that's something that no one talks about the pandemic. I mean, the amount of people divorces, violence and everything in marriages and people and everything else. That's a lot to do with the pandemic because the husband's always home, the wife's always home, and they're on top of each other with no break and everything else to be able to have their own time. Which, by the way, I do want to say, I love you, Mama. That's to my wife. We're going almost 43 years now, Gemma, married. And shout out to my wife, Mama Julie, as you guys know her.
Yes, Mama Julie, yeah.
Yadaviga, I love you very much, my beautiful wife, if you are listening. There you go.
Aww. Yeah, Mama Julie is a fantastic woman. Like, trust me, I speak to her in private with Dad, and she's just the most funniest, down-to-earth lady. She's very straight up like Dad is. She doesn't give a shit what she says, and she's very honest with you, and she's like Dad in many, many ways, and it makes me laugh because she'll talk to me, and she's like, oh, so what do you think about this, Gemma? I'm like, yeah, well, this and this and this and this, and she's like, yeah, I can agree with you. And then Dad will be like, but Gemma, but, and I'm like, but Dad, yeah. And then we're like, Dad's like, oh God. I'm like, yeah, you're being owned by 2 women.
Yeah. And a lot of times, if Gemma can't get a hold of me, shit, she contacts Mama and says, tell that old bastard to go ahead and give me a call. And then shit, then Mama will come to me. When was the last time you talked to Gemma? I'm like, a week ago. Well, you need to call her right now. And I'm like, I'm going to work. she can wait until I get at work and everything else. So Mama's on my ass with your ass too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know she is. I appreciate that.
Like, you appreciate it.
Yes, I know. Guess who's just walked into the chat, Dad? The Jamin Show says, hello, Dad.
Hey, I have not seen the Jamin Show in a long time. Oh, buddy, my condolences to you. Up on you told me about his parrot. You said, Gemma.
Yeah, his ferret, and he lost his best friend. Yeah,
and his best friend. My condolences to you, my man. Gemma told me about it, and then I did tell you, Gemma. Did you reach out to him and tell him that I wish him my condolences yesterday? No, you did not.
I forgot.
Why? Because your damn memory, you ain't. See,
my memory is shit. Like I apologize. Yes.
Your memory sucks ass.
My memory sucks ass. Yes, it does. I admit to that. My memory is shit.
Unbelievable. How, Gemma? Why are you doing that on the stream? Oh, Gemma! My God, girl! I raised you better than that. You damn shit in your pants. You better make sure you didn't. You better make sure you didn't leave a damn wet one. Oh God! My Lord! I cannot believe you. I cannot believe you, Gemma. You're shitting in your pants on a live stream, on your own live stream. Why? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily get a fine per se, but they could issue one to me because I do have an exemption, but that's why I don't go outside. So unless I really need to be visiting people, like my mum or my dad, like I saw my mum on Wednesday, and I went there with my sister in the car, so I didn't have to worry about getting the bus or wearing a mask because of my sensory issues. So that's why I don't go outside unless I really need to. And hey, Budget Bridgecraft, how are you?
Hey, I want to show the people of my truck. I don't know if they've ever seen an inside of a truck. Here, can you see that? Because I don't have no clue.
Yes, we can see it. Yeah.
How about that? How fast is Dad going on a side road? How fast am I going? Says it right there.
45, 48, 46.
Hey, look at that. You're pretty damn smart. Hey, well.
Yep. It took me a while to focus my eyes on. I'm like, oh yeah, I can see it.
Oh yeah. But like I said though, I mean it's a blast. But I'm hoping that I'm hoping that people do hit that damn join button of yours. $1.99, guys. Come on. It would be awesome to see if she can get a bunch of people who join the cause of Gemma. Oh yeah.
We do have a member in here already. We have 2 members in here. We have Clayton's Irish. Den joined me a couple of weeks ago, and we have Many Subjects Answered. Tasha and her best friend Marty. They joined my channel about a month ago. So
and don't forget, Dad is going to when that next live stream I do and everything else. I'm trying to think of something, what I can do to promote other channels and everything else. Because, Dad's a little bit bigger channel, Gemma. And
yes.
Back in the day, many years ago, I used to have a shout out Sunday. I had the longest stream for 2 years. For 2 years, I did shout out Sundays. But then YouTube was like, that you can't do that because they looked at that as I'm soliciting people to subscribe to my channel. And I'm sitting there like, well, you people are not going to go ahead and promote the smaller channels. You're not going to do it. So why not let people that can help other channels? Because there are some fantastic channels out there that just don't get no notoriety. And that's because YouTube does not promote their channels the way they should. I think they should promote them as much as they can. But Dad's thinking of something. But me, I'm always thinking of ways to do things. So, but Gemma will know when I'm going to go live. Sometimes I don't even know when the hell I'm going to go live.
Yeah, usually I'll get a notification or Dad will tell me that he's planning to go live. So I usually get an inkling as to when he's going to plan it. So, yeah. I'm very good like that. I know that he'll send me a message, go, I'm going live in a few. I'm like, okay. So I hope I'll make sure that I'm there for him. And I love Dad's streams because he'll sit and he's like, give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Budget Bushcraft. Oh my God, are you serious? Thank you, Budget Bushcraft and Miss Jojo. Thank you for becoming a new member to the channel, guys. That's really appreciative. Thank you so much for joining the channel. Hey, Mrs. Green Thumb, how are you? Good to see you.
What you say? What you say? Thank you guys for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you. That is just kick ass, and that makes me very happy.
Thank you, guys. That means a lot to me. That really does, because it helps me get the message out here on the channel. It helps people know that I'm doing something good on this platform. I'm very passionate about what I live with. I'm very expressive about it. I don't have no shame about it. I'm proud to be autistic. I don't give a fuck who knows. I've been autistic my whole life, been diagnosed 8 years. I don't give a fuck. I'm proud of myself because I've come a long way in 8 years. I've learned to deal with a lot of shit and do a lot of stuff that I couldn't do before. Yes.
It's hot in my truck. My nuts are sweating. I do. I have sweaty nuts right now. I'm not kidding you. Holy cow.
No, wow. I believe you, Dad. I believe you 100%. I know. I believe that you're getting warm in there because you've been driving for hours already.
I ain't talking. Oh, see, your mind goes in a bad place. I'm talking about the nuts that I got in the truck. I ain't talking about the other nuts. See, your mind went in a really goofy place. Oh, Gemma. My Lord. You know, you've been hanging out with Dad for so many years. You know, that's like, you're like getting like really bad. Really bad.
Hey, Joy Catcher, how are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, right now we're driving. Gemma, you did remind me again, shame on you, about that I can get that holder for my truck so that people can see where I'm driving.
Yes, I was going to tell you about that on the phone call.
No,
I was going to tell you about that on the phone call when we speak after this.
You did not text me or whatever and say, Dad, don't forget your holder. You did not do that this morning.
No, I know. I was going to talk to you after the stream about that on the phone call, Dad. Hey, Tony Walton, how are you?
Talking all that shit to Dad.
I'll talk to you about it after the stream, Dad, because we'll talk again after the stream. You know what we're like. We talk for hours. I make sure you get home. I'm your little guardian angel. I don't let you go home from work without me being on the phone with you, do I, Dad?
You know, that is funny you say that, because a lot of times, guys, you guys don't know that over the years, me and Gemma will talk when it's like really bad weather here in Illinois, like really icy and a ton of snow blowing and everything. And I tell her, I say, you know, I got to quit that. When I talk with her and everything, I always tell her, I said, she's got to stay with me all night into the morning because she's my guardian angel to make sure that I get home safe back to Mama.
Yep, I do. I love it because I want to make sure he gets home safely. And I love that. I want to make sure that he's safe, especially during the bad weather he's having right now in Illinois with the snow. It's been absolute treacherous weather for him, and him driving in it. When he phoned me the other day and we were chatting, he was like, look at this, Gemma. And he turned his phone and shows me this big mound of snow. And I'm like, what the hell? It was absolute crazy. It was like white everywhere. You couldn't see anything. It was crazy.
Hey, Gemma, you should ask some of these people. Like I said, I really wish I was at home, and then that way I can see the chat and I can bullshit around with people and everything else. Because you know me, I love to intermingle with people.
I know you do. You're very good at that, Dad.
Yeah, I'm actually
better than me at it, because I'm crappy at it. I'm not very good with interacting with my chat.
No, that is not true, Gemma. That is not true. You are very good at live streaming. Never put yourself down. Otherwise, I'm going to put a boot in your ass.
Oh, no. Okay. I'm good.
Never put yourself down, honey.
No, I know. I just struggle reading the chat sometimes. I try my best. I do. I'm not going to admit that I'm perfect. I'm not. But I try and do the best I can for my stream, because it's the eye contact issue for me. It's I have to look at my camera and maintain the chat and trying to read my chat and keep my eyes on the screen all the time. So it's like I constantly have to make sure that I'm putting my head at the right angle and looking up and talking to people and project my voice out so people know that I'm paying attention to the screen. So
and a lot of people don't know people with autism have a very hard time with eye contact. What up, man? The pickup number is 710-352. 352.
Yeah, I know you're here, Joy Catcher. I did shout you out a couple of times. How you doing, Joy Catcher? It's fantastic to see you. Oh, thank you, Lexi. Your pets are being cute to me. Oh, that's nice. Like, Lunatic Dad is a very, very important person, people. Like, Lunatic Dad's one of the best streamers you'll see out there. Like, He's done some amazing streams in his time being on here. Like, he's very entertaining. He's very accepting of people. He makes me laugh. Yes, Dad.
Stop. What did I tell you yesterday? I'm uncomfortable with that type of talk.
I know, but I don't care.
Yeah, I know. You got your own mind and everything else. It's about the people in this chat. The reason why I want to know is to ask some of them, what do they do on their channels? What do they want to go ahead and focus in on? What do they have to do better? Or what do they think where they're going to go?
Yes. I've been trying to set my password.
All right.
Okay, Dino, it's hey Diamond Girl, how you doing? So guys, Lunatic Dad just asked you all the question. What do you do here on your channels on YouTube? Put a little paragraph in the chat for me and I can read them out to Dad so he can have a look at your channel. So what I will do is after this stream, I will send Lunatic Dad the channel links and Hangouts, and then Dad will check out your channels and he'll show you some love and watch your videos and whatnot. So I'll send him a bunch of links after this so he knows what people were in the chat and who I'm talking about. Yeah, Jojo, definitely. Gemma, one day we need to chat sometime. My daughter feels that she's bullied way too much because of her autism. Oh, yes, Jojo, I can talk for hours on that subject because Dad knows on and off social media I've been bullied a lot. And I mean a lot, to the point where they will call me names and I'm not going to mention one word because I know Dad will hit the roof if I say it, so I'm not going to. And yeah, there's been a lot of, oh, Dad's frozen up.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. On my side, you're frozen.
Well, how can it be frozen if you know I'm talking? I
can hear you, but your picture's frozen. You're like, your face is up here like that, and you're just
I know
like this. You've completely frozen up.
Hold on, lady. Where in the fuck is this thing going? Doesn't even have where the hell it's going. How the hell do I know?
Yeah, many subjects answered. Tasha, you can drop your channel link, Tasha. I reckon Dad would love your channel, actually, because you're very much about truth and finding out facts, and you're very much, you talk about politics and stuff. Dad does have a passion for that kind of stuff, so I'm sure he'll love your channel because you talk about facts and calling out bullshit and all that kind of stuff. So Dad likes that kind of content. He likes people calling out bullshit, and like Dad said to you before, all of you in the chat, Dad will call out bullshit for bullshit.
Last two, right, bro? All right, man. I'm just doing some work at work right now. So
okay, no worries, Dad. You're fine. No worries.
No, I was talking to some of my UK daughter. I'm on a live stream right now up on YouTube. And my UK daughter is like really a pain in my ass right now. But okay. Appreciate you, bro.
Hi.
You the man. Thank you.
Yes, Miss Jojo, your daughter has Tourette's. That is often a underlying issue with autism. A lot of people don't realise you can have Tourette's, ADD, OCD, ADHD, any forms of them. Comorbid epilepsy is another one. Chronic anxiety, depression is another underlying condition. Like for me, I have chronic anxiety disorder and I have depression, which Dad knows. I've had episodes where he's actually had to help me out with my depression because I've got so bad to the point where I've self-harmed by pulling my hair out. I've scratched myself on my arms. I've cried so much that I feel like people don't really care about me. I've had major depressive meltdowns to the fact that I've threatened to quit my channel. I've done things that are stupid. Yes, I'm not proud of it. And Dad knows that I've said some really messed up shit to him in private. He's like, Gemma, don't you ever talk like that again. I'm like, but he's like, Gemma.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
So Dad has kicked my ass many times.
Yeah, a lot of times. And that's one thing that it's very important. If you care about a person, you should, if you're afraid to speak your mind to somebody about something and you're afraid that, they're going to get mad at me or whatever, they're really not. And I've taught you that so many times, Gemma, is if I'm ever pissed you off, I tell you, don't be afraid to tell Dad to go fuck off. Don't do it. You know, if I really did anything that offended you or whatever, you know, just like with me, I'm not afraid to get into your ass, you know, because it's only because I care for you and love you so much that, like I said, I will never forget. You stayed by me in my darkest moments months ago. You stayed by me while everybody else decided to just go ahead and trash the shit out of Dad and did not give a fuck because they had their own personal agenda.
Yes.
They didn't care. But that's okay. That is okay with that. Because once people know what happened to me and everything else, they're gonna feel very guilty. They're gonna feel very guilty because they're gonna be like, I should have given the old man a chance. I should have went ahead and understand that he's literally breaking. But no, it was just let's everybody go on live streams up on D Live and crush Dad and say that, that I had alternative motives to get people apart from each other and everything else. But God forbid my brother fucking died. God forbid I almost fucking died. God forbid my other brother fucking died from COVID. But you know what? Dad doesn't have no stresses. Dad doesn't have no nothing. He's fucking Superman. Well, guess what? I'm not Superman. I'm fucking human. I am human. And to all the people, like I said, there were people that been with me a long, long time, never gave me the benefit of the doubt. Didn't bother to try to reach and get inside my head and say, hey, something's very bad here and everything else. They didn't give a fuck because they had their own fucking agenda.
Yeah.
It was all about how can we get more people? How can we get all this other shit in streams and everything else? But they forgot that there's a person behind all this pain. There was a man that was reaching out. And the only one that reached out to me and didn't judge me was you, Gemma. And for that, I will forever love you for it.
Exactly. This is the thing. Like, people need to understand that there is much more to us than just on the YouTube side of things. Like, me and Dad, like, we talk about personal stuff. Like Dad says, I was there for him at his lowest point. Like, I didn't judge him. I didn't chat shit. I didn't go on streams and go, oh, he doesn't give a fuck about me. Where has he been for 6 months, 3 months, whatever? Like, no, I'm not going to do that. But at the end of the day, Lunatic Dad has his own issues that he needed to deal with at that time. And like he said, like, I didn't realise how ill he was until he actually reached out to me and said, look, Gemma, I know I've not contacted you. And we basically chatted. We carried on like it was normal. We were like, you know what, Dad, I know you've been ill. I know you've been sick. And don't worry about it. Like, we carried on like normal because that's what we do. We're family. We don't judge each other. Like, Dad knows I haven't reached out to him a lot of the time. And I phone him or text him. He's like, hey, my daughter, how are you? And I'm like, love you, Dad. And we catch up like it's normal because that's what we do. We're family. We don't judge each other. Like, sometimes I may not text him all the time, or he has to text me and go, hey, daughter, how are you? And I'm like, hey, Dad, so good to hear from you. And that cheers me up because that one day I get that message, I feel good because I know someone reached out and genuinely cares for me. Dad's done that a lot of the time. He still does. Like, it doesn't matter if we miss 2 days, 3 days, whatever. Like, I know I can go straight back into Hangouts, Facebook with him, go, Dad, I need you. Like, Dad, do you want to chat? Like, are you up? Are you around? Like, and usually half the time he'll respond to me within a few hours. So it doesn't matter.
You are speaking so much truth right now. You really are.
Yes.
You are speaking unbelievable truth right now. That, again, though, I've always said, and how many times I told you, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm cookie or cream in your coffee.
Not meant to be, yeah.
But
no,
but I just want to let people know that, Dad, I appreciate everybody who has come out for Gemma today. This is fucking awesome and everything else. This is a good deal and everything else. And I am honored. Again, I've never been ever on Gemma's channel on a live stream. Never. And you figure after all these years, you would think I would have been, right?
Yes.
But you never invited me up, so what can I say? I'm just joking.
Now I feel slightly bad now. We haven't had you up way before now. We've tried to have you up way before now, but we've both had things to stop us and whatnot. But like I said, this is the thing. Like, me and Dad, we can laugh and joke about this shit because we're like, you know what? It doesn't matter. Like, we can sit here and bullshit and talk about stuff, and at the same time, we have such real conversation behind closed doors that sometimes, like, I've cried with Dad on the phone. I'm like, Dad, I feel really down, and I'm crying, and I'm stressing out, and Dad's like, Gemma, remember what I've said to you? And I'm like sitting there going, Oh, I can find it all out because someone actually cares for me. He gives me the time of day, and the same with the Jamin show, Behind Closed Doors with Joe. He does the same thing with me. He talks to me for hours on end, and he's been there for me when I've had the most darkest times as well. Captain Jerk, another one. He's talked to me for hours on end. Like recently when I had my 2nd anniversary of my grandmother passing, Captain Jerk was there for 5 hours with me on the phone because I was in such severe distress. I didn't have anyone else to reach out to, and I knew that Dad was ill at the time, so I didn't want to overload him with being sick, so I went to Justin. And thank God I went to him because I had someone to talk to. So it shows people who you can trust and people who you can't. So
correct. That, well, again, remember what Dad always tells you, and I live by this. Trust is everything to Dad. Once you betray that trust, there is no coming back with that. But I can't give everything else. But once you break that trust, it trying to regain it. Maybe it can be in a different way, or whatever with people with Dad. It can be in a different way to where, yeah, okay, I'll support you, whatever the case may be. But I'll never get that personal with my life. Like I said, Gemma, you know things about Dad that people, they'd be like, how in the hell? Because I bore my soul to you. I bore.
Yes, you have.
I didn't hold back because I needed to do that, because I needed somebody by my side to understand what the hell I went through. To this date, everybody, and a lot of people still do live streams and bring up Dad, and they bring up how Dad hurt me because he reacted this way and said certain things or whatever the case may be. But they didn't even bother to think that you were less than an inch away from me not even being on this earth. Plus, like I said, when my brother got murdered and my other brother died of corona, having 2 brothers within 3 months span, 2 brothers die, and then me, and then all the stress, everything I was under at that time. Again, I told you, Gemma, and I'm going to admit it. I'm seeing a psychiatrist now to be able to deal with this emotion that I don't know how to deal with.
Hey, Benny.
And even though I talked to you about it and everything, and I've even cried on the phone with you, Gemma, and everything else.
Yes, you have.
But no one knows that. They just judged it. They just said the guy's a piece of shit and everything else. So I'm sitting there like, boy, you have forgotten all them years. You have forgotten all the great things, everything I stood for. But did you ever think that maybe Dad is having a fucking mental breakdown? Did you ever think all the stress I was under? Did you ever let that get into your mind? No. What you did was you thought about yourselves. You thought about what is good for you, and how do I grow my channel? How do I get people, and how do I do that? Not one fucking time. I'm telling you, there were so many people that I looked at as I had a very high integrity for. Yeah. And again, I ain't making no excuses for me snapping and doing it. I'm not making excuses for that.
No,
but understand why that happened. You got to understand that when I got pushed over the edge, when I tell you something in private and you let it out there, you broke my trust. You broke the trust. Yeah. All right. But that was, even though I should have handled that differently, and I told you that before, Gemma, I could have handled that whole thing differently. Yep. I could have handled it differently. But at that time, I just wanted to burn the whole fucking thing down because I was so enraged. I was so out of control. I was out of control, darling. And I told you that.
Yes, you were out of control. Yeah.
So if I got to that point, the same people that hate me now, the same people that look at me in such an evil way and everything else, they need to understand Dad was in a very, very dark place. Very dark place. But I'm back. I'm going to my psychiatrist. I'm at work. I'm doing my deal and everything else. And life must go on, regardless if people don't want to believe in what I represent. That's on them. That's on them. It's not on Dad. I know what Dad represents. I represent goodness. I represent love. I represent things that are important in life. It's not all fucking social medias. No, there's a lot more to life than this damn YouTube and everything else.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
It's about helping people in my personal life. I have given so much to people in my personal life, as far as causes and everything else, that I got even taken out of my checks and everything that they take out. That I spend a lot of money. Okay, so
yes, you do. Yeah.
and I want to clarify one thing. Anybody that thinks because Dad donates to Gemma or whatever the case may be, I want to clarify this right now, and I got to put a stop to this right now, Gemma. There is nothing that you could ever do to hurt Dad, because I know how much I trust you, how much I love you, and how much I know you're by my side. And I will never, ever forget. I will never forget what you have done for Dad. And I'm just letting you know that, darling. And that's why when people, if people ever ask you, why are you always putting these things about Dad and everything else? Because we have a special, special bond, something that is impenetrable, something that can never be broken. No one can ever get in between it, ever, ever,
ever.
And that's why I love you. And that's why I love you. You are my daughter, and I'm proud to call you. I'm proud to call you my daughter.
Make me emotional, Dad. Right.
Well, that's the way I feel. That's the way I feel.
I know. It's like wow. Like, this is the thing with me and Dad. Like, we're very emotional people behind closed doors, and we don't show this on a live stream usually. Like, me and Dad are very private about our feelings, and we're very similar. Like, with Dad said, he's bipolar, me with my autism. Like, we're very, very different. Like, we have our emotions different. I'm very open with my emotions. I'm very like, boom. If I feel something, that's it. You're going to see it. Whereas Dad, he'll describe it to me in private because that's him. He doesn't like to publicly display his emotion all the time. And I respect that because some people find that difficult. But it's just now, that's a big step for Dad to do. So I'm incredibly proud of what Dad just done, because it shows that he's not ashamed to let out his emotion. He's not ashamed to let out his true feelings to people. And that's because, like, again, he says it's about trust. And with me and him, it's an automatic trust. There's things that I know he won't say in public, and there's things I won't say in public that we discuss because it doesn't need to be brought out in the public. There's things that we keep private for a reason, and that's the trust. That's the trusting in relationship. People need to know that trust is not an easy, just automatic given thing. Trust is earned. You have to earn someone's trust because you don't know who people are. You have to learn to build up that rapport with someone. Because with me and Dad, it was instant. I knew, boom, as soon as I met him on Greenway Wacky's panel, I knew I could trust him. I had that instant connection. I was like, Dad, can I get to know you? Can we chat? Like, where do I contact you? And I first started off with Twitter, and he's like, oh, add me on Hangouts. You have Hangouts? I'm like, no. So I downloaded it, and we connected straight away on that. Then we went onto Facebook, and now I talk to him on either one, depends which one he's using. I'm like, are we Facebook? Are we Hangouts? So I use that to communicate with him. So, yeah, me and Dad have a very, very good connection. And, like, me and Dad, we're very, very good about how we describe things, and we talk to each other all the time. Like you said, family things, private things. Like, when Dad told me about him being ill, that phone call broke my heart. Like, I talked to him on Hangouts that day, and I cried, literally. And Dad's like, don't get upset, Gemma. I'm like, how can I not? Like, damn it, my dad nearly died. Like, fuck. Like, that's scary. Like, the thought of losing him and losing all what we've built up and what we stand for, our causes, like Dad said, me and him donate a lot of money to people, and I mean a lot of money. Me and Dad don't talk about that because we don't need to. Like, me and Dad have spent hours upon hours of people donating money, but we don't need to shout it out because we don't want to be boastful. We're not like that. Like the Bible says, not to boast. We're not boastful people. Like, we're very prideful people. We like to help people and be generous. And like God says, go out and be disciples of the world, train people, help people, and that's what we should be doing. We shouldn't be tearing each other down, especially right now when people are trapped at home and not able to work unless you're essential, like Dad is. That's why he's working. People are lonely. People are searching for streams. People are searching for YouTube videos to feel good because they want someone to go, oh, they get it. It's not just me who feels ill, or it's not just me who has anxiety, depression, bipolar, autism, because they're finding someone who's talking about it live, and they're finding someone who's not ashamed to go, you know what? I get you. I understand you. I know the struggles you have. I know the barriers you have. Because with Dad, he gets me. I get him in such a personal way that he doesn't even know half the time. He's like, but Gemma, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Dad, let me in. Don't shut me out. Like, let me help you. Train me. Let me listen to you. And I listen to him so much that I get he's bipolar. I know his triggers now. Like, if I know he's getting triggered, I'm like, right, Dad, the trigger was this, 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 this. He's like, how do you know that? I'm like, because I look at you. I listen to you. I know. Okay, Benny, take care.
Don't forget how many times when I was on a stream. This was years back or whatever, where I'm pissed off and you'll turn around and be like, Dad, please get off the stream and everything. And I'll tell you, Gemma, not now. I got this.
Yep.
Don't. And the only thing that can trigger me now is when people, if they ever come at you or they say some disgusting things about, with your autism and everything else. Yeah, that pisses me off because I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is wrong with mankind? What is wrong with mankind that they cannot go ahead and understand? If you don't understand autism, go to autism.com or look at some of Gemma's videos and everything else explaining things.
Yeah.
This ain't no fucking joke. This ain't no something that she makes up or whatever. And people who think that, they're the ones that got the problem, Gemma. And I told you that. They are the ones that are fucked up in the head because they cannot understand that you're able to do the things you do because you don't let your autism get in the way.
No, I don't. Exactly. This is the thing. Like, Dad knows that I've learned a lot of strategies in my time being diagnosed. Like, I sat here and cried with him. I'm like, Dad, look, I'm having a read overload and I'm feeling sick and people accuse me of faking. Like, people always make fun of me about my eye contact. Let me shut that down because as part of being on the spectrum, my eye contact is shit. Yes, I admit it. My contact is bad, real bad. And even on phone calls with Dad behind closed doors, I'm like, Dad, I'm really shit at it. I know. I'm trying to look at you. And like sometimes there'll be times where I can look him directly in the face, and there'll be times where I have to look away, think about what he's saying to me, process it. Once I've processed it, I'm able to come back to him and go, oh, okay, this is what you said. And then Dad's like, yeah, okay, you do hear me. I'm like, yeah, I do, because I don't want people assuming that I'm rude or being disrespectful because I don't look at them in the face. But Dad knows I do it as often as I can do it because I don't want to be rude to him. But at the same time, he knows if I don't make full eye contact with him, it's not because I hate him or I'm being rude or think, fuck you. It's because I can't. I have too much mental processing in my head to do that. So I have to give myself time to recover from it. So it's just things like that.
And how many times I tell you that I try to give you little things that you can use to help you with your eye contact, because I have two people in my family, and I've said it over and over again, and that's what attracted me to you. Two people in my family that have autism. So
yes.
I even tried to help you with the techniques you can use to help you with your eye contact. When you film, put something in back of the camera that's motioning and moving and everything, so it draws your eyes up because you need stimulation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting better at it. Like, I know the last few videos, I've learned to process things. Hello, Jojo Walker. How are you? It's good to see you. Just come in the chat. I'm doing good, Jojo. How are you? I'm just hanging with Dad, having a chit chat, random chit chat wagon, and we're just chilling out, talking about all different important things. And yeah, I haven't streamed in a while, so yeah. So, Giggle Pickles, how are you?
But that is highly important. That, when you're dealing with your autism and for stimulus, put something in back of your camera to help your eye
Hello,
contact.
Joker. How are you?
But so that is the bottom line right there, darling. Is that you have to never allow something to hold you back with your with your autism. Never allow something to hold you back to the point of that it prohibits you from being you. And people who put you down for that or attack you or say shit or whatever, I've always told you, ignore them because they're only jealous of what you've been able to accomplish so far. And you got a lot more ahead of you to accomplish.
Yes.
You got a lot more ahead of you.
Yes, I've got a lot more content upcoming. I've got a lot of projects, hopefully, that I'm going to be doing, but we'll see how that goes. Hi, Horse Shop. How are you? And hello, Ghost Mafia. How are you? I just saw you come in the chat. Hello. How are you? Yeah, me and Dad we're just hanging about, chatting silly stuff, and I haven't streamed in a long time because of issues with my health and issues with being trolled and whatnot. And yes, I know I shouldn't have given into him. I've had my ass kicked, I know, but I did what I did for a reason. I took a break and I did what I needed to do for my health at the time, and I needed to go behind closed doors a little bit and recuperate. I lost my grandmother to add on top of that. So, yeah, the last year and a half has been a bit rough. Dad knows I've had a really down day of lose my grandmother, then I lost my aunt to cancer on top of that. So me and Dad have had family deaths that have been really, really too hard for us to deal with, and Dad knows I've really struggled with it. So that's why I kind of took the time off that I did, because I just couldn't cope no more. I got to a point of self-destruction. I was potentially self-harming. I was being sick, and
that's the thing, is that when you go through experiences like that in life, like I said, Dad himself months ago, you know, imagine having two people in your family within a 3-month period. One get murdered, the other one, like I said, died of corona and everything else. Dad, like I said, now Dad's, you know, like I said, I told you privately, and I made it publicly on this stream and everything else.
Yeah.
That Dad is seeing a psychiatrist to deal with them emotions and everything else. I was in a very dark place. I just wanted to burn the whole fucking thing down. Anything around me, it didn't matter. I wanted to destroy, because I was not in the right place. But again, you were the only one that knew. You said, and you told me this, and we made it public. You were the only one that understood, this is not Dad. Something is not right here. Something is going badly wrong with him. And I told you, I will always love you for that. I mean, no matter what. I mean, anybody can think whatever they want of me, or whatever the case may be. But walk in my shoes. Just walk in my shoes at that time in my life. And then, when, as I told you before, Mama told you, and everything else, I almost died of COVID myself. I was gone for over a month and a half. I was sitting in the hospital and everything else. And even though, you know, like I said, there's videos up, but that's all pre-recorded shit and everything else. Stuff that's, you know, but when I was in there, and when they called the priest and everything else, and like I said, they I don't know what the hell type of medication they did. They were going to put that in the following day, that tube thing that goes down to help you, that you always see. Well, what ended up happening, the medication started responding. So again, I had so much shit going on in that is real shit, not the social media bullshit, not all this, you know, you said this, I said that, and everything else. I had real life shit that, you know, I may not even be here today. And again, you actually did be the only one. Now again, as I said before, when I was up on D Live, you know, JoJo, Ghost, and all them Joker are in there and everything else, they know. I totally fucking just lost my fucking, at my very soul. I mean, there was nothing. I wasn't worried about anybody's feelings, period. Okay, because I was in a very dark place. Now myself, again, remember what I told you all the time, Gemma. I can forgive people and everything else. Doesn't mean we got to be buddy and all this other shit. No. But when you have people that I also consider to be extremely close to me, extremely, and everybody just thought about their own life, their own channels, their own whatever they're going on and everything else. And I look back on that. I mean, like I said, that one live stream that I went nuts with Cab 7 and everything else. Could I have handled that differently? Sure I could have. I definitely, and how many times did I tell you that privately? I said, I wish that I wasn't in that dark place. I wish I did not go ahead and lose all my shit and everything else. But at that time, I didn't give a shit. I didn't give a shit. I was like, no. And it wasn't to try to get people away from each other. I mean, a lot of hurt that, you know, that it's hard for me to understand, because I know what I went through. I know what happened to me and everything else. And as I said, it's a work in progress with me now. But when I seen the live stream, even the second day, when I deactivated my channel, even though I deactivated, I was able to see everything. Some of the horrible things that were said about me and everything else. I'm sitting there like, you motherfucker, you got to understand what the hell, what happened. But I never was given the time of day. And I brought up Brenda on this live stream, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I wish her nothing but the best. I wish her nothing but her health, happiness. I wish her nothing but the best. But to go ahead, and because I went nuts on the live stream, that you broke off any tie with me whatsoever, told me, you really don't know me. You really didn't know me, the person, not this damn lunatic dad. You didn't know, Larry, that I was hurting very bad. And I'll still, at this point in time, how many times, just yesterday, Gemma, you were seeing me having tears in my eyes and everything else, talking about my brother who was murdered and everything else. That's how much, as I said, fuck the social media. There was a man behind that feelings. And when I was attacked, and I still, to this date, my name gets brought up. And I'm like, listen, I'm dealing with my own shit right now. And again, it's something that dad has to deal with. And I don't, again, I wish that it never happened between me and JoJo, but there was so much shit at that point in time. There was so much shit at that fucking point in time going on inside my fucking head that I did not put shit together. Okay? It was more or less, I'm going to burn this motherfucker down. All right? Now, again, same with Ghost Mafia. Same with him. I've known Ghost for a couple of years. I have respect for Ghost. Believe it or not. I have respect for Ghost Mafia. I do. But again, we used to always talk behind the scenes, me, Joe, and everything else. But we never had the opportunity. And it's not their fault. This is not their fault. They never had the opportunity to get inside my soul like the way you have. Mama has brought out personal shit. I have brought out personal shit with you, Gemma, and everything else. How bad things really got.
Yes.
And I don't know why. I should have been able to go to JoJo and tell her, hey, I'm fucked up right now. I don't know. I should have been able to. But why didn't I? I don't know why. Maybe because I can't even explain it. Probably more so now because I still see a lot of the crazy shit going on that I'm like, look, I'm working on my personal shit right now. I'm working on me right now. And I am no good to nobody if I can't get my shit together mentally.
Yeah.
If I cannot get my shit together mentally, I mean, so yeah, like I said, I mean, JoJo and Ghost and all them. And like I said, Joker, I've known him just a couple live streams. And by the way, he actually is very entertaining. He is very, I'll give him that. He is very entertaining. The man, I think he's going to go somewhere on social medias. But my thing is, again, when you get in that ugly place, and like I said, I think about JoJo and Brian and Falcon and Phoenix. I mean, Falcon, Phoenix, Star. Sure I do. Because I looked at them in a special way. But for some reason, I could not translate my feelings out there. I could not translate my feelings to where I can open up to them. I don't know why I could not. And to this date, I couldn't give you that answer because I don't have the answer. But when my brother was murdered, and it wasn't even like even with Cab 7, it was not. I want to clarify this. Again, the next day up on D-Live, it was said, and I heard it with my own ears, that I'm trying to pull Cab 7 away from Nations 13. Come on. I'm sitting there listening to that. I'm like, wait a minute. Are we doing 16-year-old shit right now? Because I myself, no, that was never my intentions, period. Again, I was in an ugly place. I wish I could have taken back all that craziness and everything else. But I cannot take that back. I will not apologize for, the only thing I apologize for is the way I handled it. But with that being said, maybe the way I handled it was wrong. But there was a lot of bad stuff also done to Dad.
Yeah, there was.
So there's a lot of people that were wrong on each side of the fence. But I did not, again, at that time, like Dad, I told you this already about D-Live. All right? Dad does not know. I mean, I reactivated. I want to come back. But my heart is YouTube. I'm always going to be on YouTube, okay? You know that.
Yep.
But there's something. But here's the thing about D-Live, hun. After I left and I deactivated my channel. Now, of course, Mama being the wife of a husband that all this shit happened and all this stuff. She, of course, Mama was extremely angry and hurt and everything else.
Yeah,
But
of course.
but she also did say she understands why people reacted the way they did because the way I handled it, and I agree with her. I agree with Mama. But
Yeah.
but since I left, there is more fucking drama on D Live than when I was there. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, Mama watches it. I now that I got it activated, I've seen some stuff and everything else, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, if I was the only problem up on D Live, if I was the only problem where the community was suffering and everything else, why is it worse now? Why is it worse now? That's the
Because people
question I
thrive
would
off
put out there.
drama.
All right, that has never been. And JoJo and Ghost will tell you this, and they know damn well I'm right. Before I came to D Live, Dad was not about the drama. Never,
Mm-mm.
and they can admit to that. Anybody who truly knows me,
Yeah, I
I
know.
hated it. I hated it.
I know
So
you kicked
yeah,
my ass about it several times.
and again, I myself don't want to. I want to make this perfectly clear, and I'm going to say it one time and one time only. I truly wish JoJo and Brian a happy life when they get married. I wish the kids nothing but love and health. OG Lady Swan goes to Mafia. Same ditto goes to you. Now, you can have any type of disdain for me, whatever. That doesn't matter because you would have to understand the place in which I was at to understand what I was going through and what I felt. Again, when I got the corona, I was shit less than an inch away from fucking being dead. And like I told you that, Gemma, and everything else, and we were crying and everything else. But it's those type of things that starts waking you up. That all this little piddly shit, all this stuff that is said and everything else. But I will say this, far as what I did let out there, what Cab said, there was 100% true. There was no lie. I didn't make things up like it wasn't true or anything. It was 100% true. Now,
Yeah, but
but they handled it. But JoJo and Brian with Cab handled it actually the right way behind the scenes. They did it
yeah,
the right way.
Ghost
Now,
Mafia.
would I
I
now if you ask me, would I have handled it the same way as Brian if that was said about my wife? No. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't have. I give Brian a lot of credit for being a man's man because I would have went fucking totally ballistic where I would have wanted to hurt somebody if they said some of that stuff. And I'm not going to repeat what it was said because everybody on D Live already knows what was said and everything else. And I don't back
yeah.
down from that. At least JoJo, as much as she may, you know, and I know deep in her heart, I know deep down, she still has love for Dad. There's,
Of course she does. I don't doubt that.
I just sense it. I sense it. But
Of course she
again,
does.
but sometimes you have to let go of the ones you love. Okay, because I can't take back anything that happened, and I don't expect anybody to realize or understand what Dad was going through. I have no answer to it. I won't try to pacify it. I won't try to make shit up and everything else just so that it'd be like, oh, okay, okay. No, because I don't have an answer for nobody. I was reached out to Cab 7. I'm going to tell you this right now. I reached out through Green Bay, not through Cab, but through Green Bay and everything else.
Okay.
But I retracted it because I keep on going through what happened on D Live and everything else and how things were said and stuff weeks after I was already off D Live and I'm seeing all the shit and everything else. I'm like, I can't go back to that place in time because it's different. And I don't want to hurt Cab. I don't want to hurt JoJo Ghost. I don't want to say things that I'd be like, Dad, I talk randomly.
Yeah.
Whatever comes into my head or my heart, I let it out. And sometimes it's not always the best of things. So I am apologetic for making JoJo feel the way she did. They also did certain things and everything. I'm not going to get into it, but
Yeah.
I do wish them success. Okay, and by the
Yeah.
way, guys, they are actually on this new thing called Trovo and everything else. I don't know anything about it. Trust me, more than one platform's enough for Dad. It's enough for me.
Yeah.
It really is. But I do wish them well. But Joker, I want to tell you, brother, I don't. It doesn't matter the way you feel about me or whatever. That's irregardless. It doesn't matter. But I do want to tell you, you got talent. I see your energy. I see your goofiness. And Joker reminds me of a young lunatic dad. He really does, because he captivates his audience. He knows how to
Yeah.
captivate an audience. Don't ever lose that, Joker. Don't ever lose that, because I'm telling you, if you. But one thing I can say, and an advice to anybody that wants to listen, you don't have to, or you do listen, is when you get on a platform, you got to stay on that platform. Longevity is what's going to breed your success and your name and your brand and who you are. Longevity. If you're bouncing around platform to platform to platform, that eventually is going to go ahead and hurt you, because yeah, you're going to get some people that are going to come over from the previous platform, like YouTube, and then YouTube to D-Live, D-Live to Trovo. Okay,
Yeah.
I would give the strong advice to Ghost, to JoJo, and Joker and everything else. You can take it or leave it any which way. But by bouncing from platform to platform to platform to platform, you start losing the steam. It's great in the beginning. And I will tell you this. Same with YouTube. It is the same way with YouTube. Yeah, we stay with it. Kyle would never let Dad ever get off of YouTube. It is just not
Hell
going to
no,
happen
nor would I.
unless I died. But
Well, yeah.
well, darling, I'm 62 now. I mean, I'll be 62. I'm not damn spring chicken. Uh, but at the end of the day, is that when you go ahead and now what happened with the YouTube super chats went down and everything else. Then you go to D Live. Hey, it gets exciting. It gets exciting. 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. Now I look at D Live and I look at the audience and everything else. How many people did leave? But understand, D Live's a lot bigger than just a couple, 100 people, 200 people. It's a lot bigger. So you got to have in reality. You got to have in reality what is the problem with D Live and everything else. Now Trovo's, I guess, the next big thing from what I've seen of Trovo and everything else. And I have went to Trovo when Joker was actually live streaming, cross streaming D Live and Trovo. All right, and that's where I was seeing it and everything else. And so, in my eyes, again, what happens 6 months, 9 months, a year from now when donations come down, the crowds come down, and everything else. One thing I will say about YouTube is it's the biggest platform known to man and everything else.
Yeah.
I would say the way Joker live streams, the way that man fucking live streams, do that on YouTube. The same shit that he does. Man, oh man. I'm telling you, I'm actually pretty impressed by him. He's actually I'm impressed by how he live streams with the energy and his goofiness. He is a crazy son of a bitch. I'll give him that. I mean, some of the stuff that he comes out with his facial expressions and everything else, that is key to being successful. Joker's going to be successful. I believe that. And as far as Nations 13, I want to make this perfectly clear. Dad has no issue with you. None whatsoever. None. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Period. Okay? That's JoJo's brand and everything else. And she's done a job well done on it. Yeah, she gets a lot of slack. She gets a lot of bullshit and everything else. But I would say to JoJo, just ignore it. As much as you don't want to ignore it and you want to put people in their place and you want to be a hard ass and everything else, in the long run, remember what I taught you, Gemma. If you give something air, it'll grow. If you knock off the oxygen, it'll die. And that's what I consider about with like I said, I've got a lot of growing myself. What? Did you tell me to go? Oh, I don't need that. My bad. I'm sorry. But so I just wanted to say that I'm actually glad that you told me that they were in there and everything, so that they finally get an opportunity to actually hear Dad himself and everything else, not through third parties, second parties, or whatever the case may be. I wish them well. I hope that they have nothing but success. And yes, as I said, I do think about the children and everything else. So Because if I didn't, I wouldn't have been able to say all their names now, would I? No. But anyway, so that's where we're at with that, Gemma. That's where we're at with that. And I'm sorry that I had to do that on your stream of all time.
No. That's you're more than welcome to use my.
Because no, it's your channel, not Dad's channel. It's your channel.
No, but you like you said, it was about emotions. You needed to get it out. Like, my channel was a good platform to do that on because, like I said, I'm a very peaceful person. I don't like to see arguments and fights, and I try and be a peaceful person. I don't want people being against each other, and we're all family, whether we like it or not. We all here to support each other. We're all connected for a reason, and you had the right to do that. It's a case of you want to have your voice heard, and you have that platform to do that.
I told myself I will never ever get that way again in anywhere in the future on this social media platforms. From now on, as I told you before, I broke away from having a bunch of people in Hangouts, all this other shit and everything else.
Yes,
because
you did,
I really believe Hangouts is the beginning source of drama. I believe that so much in my heart. Hangouts is. You got to be careful who you let in your Hangouts.
Well, not for me and you, it's not.
No, but you're misunderstanding what I'm trying to tell you, honey. Is that there is, you got to be careful who you let in. Just don't let anybody in, is what I'm telling you. Make damn sure. And like I said, everybody knows, like with me and JoJo and everything else, she knows it and I know it, that I don't wish her no harm whatsoever. I don't. And I do wish her success. And I wish none of this stupid shit ever happened. But the fact is, I could not tell the guy who went ahead and killed my brother, please don't do that. All right? But I can say that I know I'm never going to ever get involved in this type of bullshit on social medias again.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, me and you both. I don't want to get involved in fights and arguments. Like, I'm a peaceful person, you know that. I'm very much about love and respect and treating people like they treat me. And I want to have friends on here. I want to help people understand what I'm about. And drama is not needed. We all should be supporting each other more than ever, because right now we're all stuck at home and we're getting bored, and people get bored, they create drama. That's why it all starts, because people are bored. They've got nothing else to do.
Yeah, and don't forget, when you turn around and have, again, I really believe it, all the isolation and everything else. But see, I had in my case, it's not, that doesn't affect me because I'm outside all the time driving my truck and doing shit. It never has affected me. But like I said, mental breaks. The only thing I can say to people is it's real. It's real. And like Gemma, like I always used to tell you, I said, when did you ever see Dad always live streaming every day?
Never.
So that was a sign to me. I'm broken because I was with D-Live. Let's get the numbers up. Let's do this. Because I entrenched my feelings and hid away everything, my pain, everything. Up on D-Live because I was doing it every day. Because everybody knows, anybody who knows that, I was not a live streamer that live streamed every fucking day. No way, no how, no way, mercy. No way. But again, there were signs there that my wife seen, I seen, and everything else, and then this shit that up on the social medias and everything else, and you actually seen it. I mean, like I said, you were the only one that I mean, you could have turned on me for sure. You could have been like that, but then once you would have found out everything, how what the hell's going on with me and everything else, you would have understood, and you gave me that opportunity. That's something that I know I can always talk with you about. I can talk about my inner, deepest feelings inside, not just social media, not just, well, you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to improve this, you want to do the channel, you want to do this. No. Because 90% of the time, I don't even talk about YouTube or D-Live or anything. We don't even talk about it.
No, we don't. I
get bored with it. I get bored with it.
Yeah, we don't need to. We talk about other relevant stuff that we're both doing. We talk about family life. We talk about things we're proud of, things that we're working on, because we don't need to talk about social media. It's irrelevant. When me and you talk, we talk about private stuff that we don't tell anyone on live streams because it doesn't need to be broadcasted. That's private for a reason. It stays behind closed doors where it needs to stay. It doesn't need to be out on public media for everyone to know about, because my life is public, pretty much of it. Like, I'm not... When I talk to you, that's private. If I talk to anybody, that's private. I'm not going to sit here and broadcast it all. I don't need it. I don't need the stress of it.
And Gemma, what did I always tell you when all that crazy shit happened on D Live and everything else? What did I tell you when I was talking about Cap 7 with you? What did I tell you? What was one thing I told you?
That
I
you
want to see if
have
you remember.
that you have no malice towards him. You still love him. The fact that you were struggling. You were going through a really dark place. You were hurting, and you exploded in the wrong way. Like you said earlier, you exploded because you were hurting. You were grieving. You were in
But
pain, and I get
but
that.
but you forgot the major thing. I told you person to person. I said, Gemma, never stop loving Cap 7. Just
No, you
because
did.
me and
Yeah.
Cap 7 are going through a hard time, just because me and Cap 7, that there's some things that I pray to God someday do get work out. And it's all on me, in my head. How do I get to that point? I don't know right now. That's why I'm like, no, I'm going to hold off and everything else when I told Green Bay. At first I wanted to, and then all of a sudden, when I started getting these rushing thoughts and everything else, I'm like, you're not ready yet. You're not ready to go ahead and have a serious talk with him. So, but I did tell you, I says, always support Cap 7 Gem.
Yeah,
I
you
know the
did.
way
Yeah.
you feel about him and everything. Don't do it because me, don't stop talking to him or caring about him because me and him have an issue. Don't, no. Because you love Cap 7. So I say, go ahead, go. That's fine. I want you to.
Okay, Jojo. Take care. Have a good one. See you later.
Take
She
care,
says.
Jojo.
She says before she goes, she says, well, Gemma was lucky enough to have contact. She was given the chance to sort things out with you. I'm happy for her because I just want the best for Gemma. I need to go. I love you, girl. Have a fantastic stream, but I have to go. Take care, Jojo. Thanks a lot for being in here. I appreciate you coming in.
Take
Have a
care,
good
Jojo.
night.
Mm-hmm.
Take care, Giggle Pickles. Have a good one. See you later.
Sure. Without a shadow of a doubt. I want people, believe it or not.
Mama
Regardless.
Julie's here. Mama Julie's been here the whole time. She's just
Oh,
commenting in
wow.
the chat. She's here.
Oh, wow. Hi, Mama. I did mention you. I'm
Yeah,
at work, fellas.
she's
I'm
just
at
put
work.
people just like drama to drag people into it. And then when everything happened, it was only one person who attacked him.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Mama.
She just wrote in the chat to me. She's been here the whole time. I just saw her name fly up a few times. My chat's gone way slow.
Man, I've been working my ass off. I believe.
Yes, I know you have, Dad. Look, we've been live like nearly 2 hours.
Yeah. It happens. It happens. It happens. All right.
Hey,
Well,
Mama Julie. How are you?
my voice. Ugh.
It's good to see you. I'm going to start wrapping things up, guys. Me and Dad will continue this call in private. I'm going to talk to him about some other stuff as well. And I'm feeling a bit emotional. I think Dad knows that I'm going to cry. So I'm going to wrap this one up, guys. Thank you so much for all the donations and all the support for Dad. That does mean the world to me. Dad has needed this to get his voice out. And I want him to have the forefront to talk about anything that he wants to talk about. Because, like I said, he's been gone for quite a while. And people needed to know why and understand him. Because, look, by the end of the day, Dad's had his issues with his health and other stuff which hasn't been public. And I respect that for the reason that he said. And the fact is, yes, I have had the chance to sort my issues out with people. Like, me and Dad never had an issue. Like, yes, maybe I've had miscommunication with him when I've said stuff like about threatening to quit my channel and stuff. He's like, Gemma, don't make me put a boot in your ass. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, when I've got involved with like little bits of drama, he's like, Gemma, I've seen you do this. I'm like, and he's like, get out of there, Gemma, stop it. And I'm like, I have. I've come away from all the drama that I was part of, and that mucked me up. That really did scar me and muck my channel up. And yes, I lost a lot of respect from people because I got mislaid and shit, and I don't go that anymore. I don't do that. I'm here to help people. I don't want people thinking, oh, Gemma's just drama because she wants views. No, I'm not. I'm here to help Dad. I'm here to help any one of you that needs me. I'm not drama. I got mislaid and things I shouldn't have done. Yes, I hold my hands up to it. I'm guilty of it. But I've changed for the better now. I've got back on track and my channel is my channel. So, yeah, me and Dad will say goodnight for now. Guys, thank you so much for being here.
Let me say something, darling, at the end.
Yeah.
I just want to tell everybody in the chat, be good. As I told many, many times before, you can forgive. Doesn't mean you got to be buddy. Okay?
Mm-mm.
But be understanding that sometimes you never know what anybody may be going through, mentally, physically, or anything in their lives. So be careful on what you do or say to others and how you treat them. Again, to me, my soul is so clean inside. I've finally got an opportunity for the first time to speak on this matter and everything else. And Gemma, like I said, we talked about a lot of stuff throughout this whole live stream. It wasn't just, that was just towards the end.
Yeah.
And I just want to say to everybody in the chat, thank you for listening and thank you for supporting my daughter Gemma. And Mama, thank you for coming into the chat. I love you so much. I love Mama Yarviga Mahalik, my
Mama.
baby girl. I will talk to everybody later. So Gemma, if you want to do whatever you got to do, guys, thanks for coming. And
thanks for coming in, guys. Much love.
Next time, me and Gemma, like I said, it'll be only on her channel. We'll probably do live streams because I'm always driving. So sorry,
yeah,
Gemma. We'll
do another one probably, hopefully next week or whatnot. But thank you everyone for coming in, guys. Have a great night. Me and Dad are going to continue our convo elsewhere because we want to talk in private. And love all. Have a great night, guys. Great weekend. Bye bye.